Back here with a look at Myro. And please, before you start with the hate, guys, I just cover the chart, all right? I have some very valuable members that hold this, so I'll do anything for my members, all right? They want to know where the price might be going, so that's what I cover. I cover price action, all right? I know a lot of the last video I got tons of messages, scam, this and that. I know nothing about that, all right? I look at the chart, that's it, all right? This thing obviously had a pretty massive dump here. We're going to go over this pretty in depth here. I'm going to show you guys, what's going on here, but we dropped 84%, and then the thing has bounced. Had a nice bounce, 130%. Not too bad. All right, off the bottom here. Now, obviously, I do hold a small bag of this still. All right, I dumped a lot of it on the way down, but I still hold some. I knew there was going to be a relief bounce. There's always a relief bounce, right? These things don't go straight down. They come down, they bounce up, they come down, they bounce up, or they go up and they bounce down, they go up and they bounce down. That's just how it works, all right? The things just do not work in straight lines, all right? This thing collapsed pretty quick, actually. If you take a date range on it here, where's my date range? That's one thing I don't use a whole lot. From the very top to the bottom here took it still took 17 days. Well, to the very bottom here, 14 days, 2 weeks, for it to come down here. But we're going to go over this. I'm going to show you guys what could possibly be happening here, and we're going to go over a couple scenarios. I got a really important Bitcoin thing to show you guys, super important. All right, I just put out a Bitcoin video, but we have a wedge forming up here. All right, I took a long right from here on MEXC. I'm counting on this thing bouncing off the bottom of this wedge and coming back up. And if I'm wrong, I have a I have a stop loss down here, so right below these wicks. So I'm not going to lose a whole lot, but the potential return on this thing, you take a long from there to the top, I 20x'd it. So you're looking at a what is that, 120% move. So I'll double my money if it breaks out the top, which isn't too shabby for one trade. Then if you're interested in learning this stuff, guys, these wedges, price targets, I have a level 3 membership, $14.99, 8 hours worth of videos, all right, to give you a leg up here. We have a bull run coming. After Bitcoin gets this done, all right, then we're starting into a bull cycle, and I am so pumped about that. But let me show you the target for this thing. I've been talking about this for a long time, all right? I called the Bitcoin the 618, I called this retracement up here, right up here at this top. Everybody who watches the channel, that we talked about that forever. Right up at the top here, all right, out on this daily, we talked about this whole big move here. We talked about a 618. What did it do? Well, came right up, hit the 618. We talked about it for months and months. Months ago, I started talking about this thing. Look, we got a wick up to the 618 retracement, and that's as high as it went. All right, me personally, it's not going to go higher than that until we have this pullback down here, probably down to about $32,000 to $34,000. Right about there. 32 to 34. That's a 702 and a 618 retracement. That's normally what you get when you get a retracement, especially if Bitcoin's pretty solid. The market cap's so high, you don't have the volatility. That's why I like trading Bitcoin when I'm longing and shorting, because it doesn't have as much crazy volatility as the smaller cap altcoins. So I like trading this. When it gets a bounce, a lot of times it gets a bounce, all right? But the measured move, if this holds and if it breaks out the top, is to the 618 retracement, and then I believe we're probably going to get rejected there and roll over, right up at 45 grand. there it is. If it plays out, all right. Let's head over here to the crypto bubbles real quick. ENS up 9.5, SUI 4.9, IMX, Mutable X. Boy, I love this project. Beam, don't know where it's at. Another one, anything in gaming, I love. You know, Gala, I know they're having their problems, but I got 250,000 Gala the last bull run for 37 bucks when it launched. And the second day it was out, I got it, and that was on BitTrue. That's where I was. That's where I got it at. They actually listed it, and I was lucky enough to jump 37 bucks, and it went to 84 cents last bull run. So pretty crazy the returns you can make in crypto. No, I didn't sell the top. Wish I would have. It just didn't work like that. You know, I traded some stocks and stuff before crypto. When I came over here, I had a lot to learn with these charts and stuff. But you know, if you're interested, guys, go sign up for that level 3. It's worth your $15. Trust me. 24-hour liquidations, 106.3 million. That's up 73.38% from yesterday. Open interest, 37.8 billion, getting back up there, plus 1.64%. This is what kind of startled. 80.2 billion, 24-hour volume, up 58%. I didn't look at the volume yesterday, but it must have been extremely low. You know, a Sunday for the crypto market. Here, Bitcoin volume's up 105%. ETH's up 40, almost 49%. Solana, look at these numbers down through here. Pretty crazy. You'd think people, you know, getting up there. Open interest. You know, volume 35 billion. That's what I like. A lot more. I know Bitcoin's very volatile too, but not as volatile as a meme coin. You know, the volatility, and especially with if you're longing and shorting, that's what I'm talking about here. It can get you. All right, now check this out. If we zoom in on this on a 1 hour, I'm going to show you this. Look how this played out. You guys that know how to use this, the trend-based fib, look at this. All right, from low to the top, to the retracement down here. Look at that. Almost a perfect move up here. All right, measure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 5th wave blow off. All right, now as perfect as this is, I really think that was the 5 waves. All right, then you usually have an ABC down. Okay, and then you usually continue your waves up. All right, now I really cannot measure out an ABC in here. All right, if I took the fib in here, I went from the top to the bottom of this move. You know, there's no 618 or 702 in here, which that's what I'd be looking for. All right, it made it back up to a 50% here. 50% retracement, and then kept going down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be 5 waves down here, but I really truly believe it could have bottomed out right here. Now, if you did take this and tried to measure this out, you know, it would put you right about there. Okay, right there for an ABC. Pretty close. Okay, usually this A wave and your C wave are of equal length, almost exactly all the time. All right, so this could be an ABC in here. If it is, then this would be a bottom in here. Okay, which it absolutely it could be. All right, you could have had an A, a B, and a C right here. Now, if it is, this will hold here. Okay, if that is an ABC, the point. Boy, that's a bad number. Look at that over to the right. Don't like that number. All 6s, 0.046s. All right, that would say that a bottom has possibly come in here. Now you have closing candles here, over here, all kinds of areas that came down here and bounced. You got a nice bounce right there. If we take a fib and look for a pullback area, you know, if we go from this wave here, the low of this wave to the top, look at that. You got a 786 on the dot. All right, 786 is usually a beautiful entry to get. If you can get an altcoin at a 786, especially on the whole move, like a daily, or a weekly move, if you can get a 786 pullback, which this thing ended up going below it, but if you take your whole history of your token, you know, and you go from your swing low to your swing high, and you can get that 786 entry, that is a great entry to get, guys. A lot of times, you know, that's the end of the line right there, and you usually get some really nice bounces off that. Now, is this 786 good enough? We're gonna, you know, either this holds, or you're gonna have to take the measurement from the whole way down here, you know, at the beginning of that move, and come up, you know, and still we're right in that killer entry area. Could come down to this 618 down here at 0.064. Yeah, you know, you got two closing candles right there. Beautiful. Let's look on a daily and look for look at that. That is a that very well could play out. You know, I'm gonna move this over here so you can see the numbers, guys. But that's 618 at 0.064. You have a daily closing candle here. You have a daily close here, and you got. I was looking across to my left to see if there was any over there. Not really. All right, but you got two beautiful daily closes there. It could bounce right from where it's at, but you know, that was the 786 on this wave. But on the whole move here, oops, apologize. Let's come down to here. Yeah, but I would still bet on that 0.064. That's a very good spot. Now, as far as Myro goes, you've seen them 5 waves up right there, obviously. This 5-wave system right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you should have a corrective move. All right. Now, what I will be watching for this thing is when it gets back up here to the 618 or 702, what happens. All right. If it blasts through it, or if it gets rejected. Look at that 702 is right on a resistance area, 0.0, that 8.5 cents. All right. So I will be watching that. If it gets through the 702, it's going higher. All right, if it gets rejected there and starts rolling over, then it's got problems. Now, if we look at this thing on a daily, though, all right, the RSI, look at the RSI. It's just turning up. All right, it's at an 18 and a 10. It's bullish. Okay, you got a bullish daily. Your 12 hours right at the top, 83 and a 79. Your 8 hour is bearish, 81 and an 87. Your 4 hour is trying to make an attempt to turn back up. You can see it's trying to curve up here. All right, it's not straight down. It's trying to tick back up. Will that happen? We'll have to see if it can hold that 4 6s down here. All right. If it doesn't, then it's probably coming down to that 6 4. Right. That would be the 618. Now, if it bounces from here, all right, keep an eye on 8.3 to 8.5 cents. That 702 comes in at 8.5 cents here. That is going to be a very crucial area. If it can get up here and bounce through there, then this thing is definitely going higher. All right, the next target up after that would be up at 11 cents, and that comes right in, you know, with closing candles right over through here. That's what you look for when you're looking for support and resistance areas. Closes, and the higher you go out, the stronger the resistance and support area. Okay, out here you see these closes here, very strong area of you know, be resistance now. But that's what you're looking for. And then if you go out in a weekly, of course, they're even stronger out through there. Okay, so just a little tip there. Now, if this ends up being all just a wave 1 and wave 2, which that's how these big moves work, okay? You have 5 waves up. Let me show you. Another free tip, okay? Let me show you. And this will make sense once I show you. All right. On the bigger moves, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have your 5 waves up. Then you have an A, B, C, if that's what this is in here. Okay, I couldn't really measure that out. And all this ends up being, okay, is a big wave 1, 2 of a bigger move. All right, 3, 4. I'm watching overall for this thing to come back to a 618. All right, that is what normally happens with these things. you get a 618 retracement or a 702. I know we talk about them numbers a lot, but they come up all the time. All right, let me show you. If this thing makes it back up to a 618, all right, you're talking back up to 17 to 19 and a half cents. All right, and that would make sense because then you would have your mass, you know, this would be a 1, 2, two-way pullback, 3, 4, and then your final fifth wave up, all right, of your last move. Is that going to work out like that? We'll have to see, all right? That's what crypto is, putting puzzles together. That's what trading is, putting the puzzles together, seeing what coincides with support and resistance areas, with the RSI, everything, all right? Now we have a daily just turning up. If this was all just a wave 1 and 2, then this wave 3 should be an explosive move, all right? Your wave 3 is your longest wave in your five waves up. All right, so that's going to be a big hint. If this thing starts getting you know, a big move in here, then you know that it's probably working on a wave 3. All right, I'm not saying that this couldn't pull down a little bit further, because it absolutely could. All right, and like I said, if you zoom in on here and we take that fib, you know, usually 618 or 702 is your bounce area. All right, that's 618 is at 6.4, and your 702 is at 0.05959. Call 59. It's almost 6 cents. All right, so 6 cents to 6.4 would be a normal retracement. All right, so it could come down a little bit more. All right, but I'm watching for the bigger move out of this thing. I truly believe this thing's going to make it back up there. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like and subscribe, and have a great day, everybody.